Hey guys, it's Goldstein here. As you can see, we've got a crew of hardcore Zionists, basically people who love Israel and what Israel represents. We have everyone from security officials. We have security officials who've come from the Gaza border. We have Israel activists. We have an incredible amount of families and people who simply love the land and want to join us because they know that redeeming the land is important, but even more so, connecting you to the land is vital. So we're not going to waste time tonight because, as we always say, Zionism is action. So we're going to already get into it, but to begin with, while we are about to plant your trees, we're going to say a blessing. And it's a blessing that was created by the chief rabbi of Israel in 1948 when he saw the influx of the amount of planting as soon as the Jewish people truly came home en masse. And he decided that there has to be a blessing for it. And what's amazing is that this is the last year, for the next year afterwards, that we can even say this blessing, because the sabbatical year is 5782. 5781 on the Jewish calendar starts this Shabbat with Rosh Hashanah. And the fact that all of you have stepped forward to allow us to redeem this land, as we always say, 1 square meter at a time, is simply huge. All we can say is thank you for stepping up and partnering with us. And this is no joke. That flag you see hung up right there is the first flag to ever be flown in this field. And the second flag is something that I'm very proud of as well. It's the flag of Unity Warriors. And I've decided that in every location that we change the facts on the ground, our flag will fly proudly. And it isn't my flag, it's yours as well. So, guys, bear with us. We're waiting for some more security officials to arrive. But right now, I'm gonna say the blessing and we're gonna get everybody on board. I'm gonna park this camera for just a second next to the amazing Lauren Isaacs with Yahya Mahmoud in the background. And they're just digging and they're gonna do some planting. So give me a second and we're gonna say this blessing all as one. Now, as you can see, the blessing I put on the link to the event. If you have it, please take it out. I know the translation is very Shakespearean, but you'll get the idea. I'm gonna say it in Hebrew, and I want you just to follow along in English or in Hebrew if you can. Again, I'm gonna park this camera down for a second, and you're gonna watch some amazing Israelis plant your trees, and we're gonna be calling out all of the names in honor of, not the people who donated, but instead the people who you want this planted in honor and in memory of, because that's what we're here for. To honor them, to honor you, but more importantly, to honor Israel. So please join me for the prayer right now. Again, I'm going to show it to you. It was by the chief rabbi of Israel. Avinu shebashamayim, bonei Tzion b'Yerushalayim u'mechonen malchut Yisrael. Ratzeh Adonai artzecho, v'hashpa aleha mituv chasdecho. Tental livracha v'gishmei ratzon hored bi'itam. Lirvot hare Yisrael v'amokeha ulahashkot behem kol tzemach etz unetiotenu. Ha'amek sharshehem v'gadel pa'eram leman yifrachu l'ratzon b'toch shar atzei Yisrael livracha u'litfara. V'chazek yadei kol achenu ha'amelim ba'avodat ha'adamat ha'kodesh Bahafrachat simchata barech Hashem chelom ufoal yadam tirtzeh hashkifa mamon kadshecha min hashamayim uvarech et amcha et Yisrael ve'et ha'adama asher natata lanu ka'asher nishbata lavatenu. Amen. And please feel free to read the English, and I'll just paraphrase it. The God who builds, or the person who builds Zion in Jerusalem and establishes the kingdom of Israel, take pleasure in your land, God, and bestow abundance upon it from the goodness of your grace. Give dew for a blessing and cause beneficent rains to fall in their season. to satiate the mountains of Israel and her valleys, and to water every plant and every tree. Make deep roots and widen their crown, that they may blossom according to your will among all the trees in Israel, for blessing and for splendor. And strengthen the hands of all of our brethren and sisterin, I'm going to add, who toil in the labor of the Holy Land, and make its desolate areas fruitful. Bless, O Lord, their might, and may the work of their hands find favor before you. Look down from the holy habitation, from heaven, and bless your holy nation, Israel, and the land that you have given us, as you have promised to our fathers. Amen. And as you can see right now, we have a son of Abraham in front of me and another son of Abraham behind this camera. And we're both planting and redeeming this land together. And not only that, this man right here has stood up to defend the land of Israel, against terrorism, because he knows the value of what Israel represents. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to right now put this blessing away, and you should see how glorious it is. Now, just so you know, let me switch this around. If you can't tell, I'm really excited because I've been waiting for this for quite some time. Okay, right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off all of the names, all of the dedications in groups of around 15, 20. And while we're doing that, we're going to have these heroes of Israel, these security people, this amazing Yahya Mahmoud, Lauren Isaacs, the Binyamin family who step forward every day so we can make this a reality. They take their own time to do this from their children. It's incredible, the people who are stepping up. But you, Unity Warriors globally, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Jay and Pearl, I want you to look right here. This is the beginning of the watering system that's going to be put in place. All of these trees here are nothing if we don't have a watering system. And thanks to you guys, and thanks to your love of Israel, we're going to see the lifeblood, the water drip every single day to watch these trees grow. Now, I'm going to start here with Lauren Isaacs. I know she has somebody very special who she wants to dedicate this tree to.
This is Devorah Singleton's tree, a Hirutnik, 100%. We are planting. We care about cultivating the land. We care about rebirth. We care about growth. This is practical Zionism. We're super excited to be here. Honored to be here with Ben Goldstein. Hirut Canada believes in getting your hands dirty and being on the land. This is Devorah's tree. Thank you so much. And we're excited to see it grow and become huge. Let's cultivate this land, guys.
Let me ask you though, how long have you been in this land for?
I made Aliyah officially 3 months ago.
And you came alone?
Yes, came alone.
So people can do it.
100%. Well, you're never actually alone. You're with Hashem. But yes, my family's in another country. Of course you can do it. You should do it. It's fantastic.
And how can people see you online?
Follow Hirut Canada. Follow Lauren Isaacs. Follow Zionist Lauren.
Beautiful. Let's see you just cover that tree up. This is for Devorah? Beautiful. And while Lauren is planting that tree, and let me just explain, we don't have time in one video to plant all the 200 plus trees that we've received, but we're gonna plant at least one tree in everybody's honor right now. So here we go, the first batch of names in honor of, and this week you're all gonna be receiving a private video showing exactly where your trees have gone, the exact map coordinates, and you're gonna see as we plant the rest of them in your name. So this is in honor of Joseph and Olga Esses, in memory of her friend, Jeannie. This is Barbara and Matt Zucker, in memory of your friend Jeannie. We're planting in dedication of Marlene and David and Harvey and Roz. We're planting in dedication to Ronan Zeno. We're planting and we're redeeming the land in honor of Johansson and Hannah Sarota. We are redeeming the land right now in honor of Jared Dohauer and in honor of Cheryl Chaviva Kramer. This is in honor of Leo and Stella, in honor of your son, London Jude. This is in honor of Dylan Patrick and Rowan Hollis Nickens, dedicated to the parents, Marky Davidson and Madeline Davidson, Mordechai David Ben Yitzchak Halevi, and Ruth Bat Avraham Avinu, with honor, Devorah Bat Mordechai Verut. And as you can see, as I say this, the miraculous Israeli Air Force is flying above us. Maybe I called that in for a favor, maybe not. I can't say. But we're really watching the impossible before your eyes. The Miller family Vel, Becky, Ryan, Hannah, Harmony, and Rylan, in honor of Rabbi Shai Ochayon. Dedicated by Hannah Devorah Caro for Daniel and Patrick Devine, in loving memory of their parents Colleen and Wally of blessed memory. And of course, in memory of Ari Fold, in honor of Mikalia and Jordan, Mr. Enrique and Rosalinda Rodriguez, in honor of Maury Zucker, in memory of Gilberto Feldman, dedicated to Flavia, Fletcher, Cameron, and Scott. Now, I'm going to read the next batch of names in just a minute. Of course, don't forget, you're going to be seeing exactly where your trees went. We're not just calling out names and forgetting about it. We're calling out names so we can send you private videos all week long as we plant the remainder of our trees here. I would love to move on now to another very special individual. We're going to move on to Yahya Mahamid, who, after a very hard day of work, came out here to dig holes in this land. Yahya, how are you, my brother?
I am good.
You look pretty good in that t-shirt, I gotta say. Now, we shop at the same store, and just so y'all remember, those of you who donated more than, or 3 trees and more, you're getting this t-shirt as well. So Yahya, you came all the way out here. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how we know each other.
I did. Well, I remember when you reached out for me at first on Facebook. You asked me if I needed something during my service.
Where did you serve?
I served in the Nachal Infantry Brigade. I served in the infantry, the School of Infantry.
Beautiful.
You reached out for me. You asked me if I needed anything. I was a lone soldier. I was, because of my decisions, I was outcasted from my family and community. I wasn't alone per se, but it was a very difficult road to walk. It was the path less traveled, so to speak. And then you came into my life, and I remember the first thing you asked me immediately after you met me, I was like, how are you? Do you need a new bag? Because you saw that my bag is very old and it's falling apart. So this caring towards others, towards the understanding the difficulties that the guardians of Israel, the people who are protecting Israel day and night, are going through, because our mission is not easy. I guess this goes without saying, but people like you, Ben, people like everybody who's watching us right now can make it just a tiny bit more comfortable for the people who are doing it. So I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you, brother. We love you and we're proud of you. And I tell everybody all the time, and I just told Lauren this, I mean, I have nothing to hide. I told her you're one of my heroes. And I get goosebumps when I say that because it's the truth. What you have done is above and beyond what most people would ever consider in their lifetime. And for that, you should only be blessed for eternity. Your family should only be blessed with eternity and unity and everything but health. And we are absolutely madly in love with you. While you're planting, would you mind grabbing a tree from here? I would love to call out some names, guys. While Yahya is grabbing a tree, what an amazing human being. If you've never heard of Yahya's story, look him up. I believe he's Y-A-H-Y-A, Yahya. Last name Mahamid, M-A-H-A-M-I-D on Facebook. Gotta check him out. His story is unbelievable. He's a true warrior, not only for Israel, but for true peace and unity. True hero. And while he is going through and planting this tree, I'm gonna call out a whole bunch of batches of names. In honor of Jeff Shaper, Gloria Shaper, and Tahisha Shaper, and please correct me if I'm wrong with the pronunciation. I'm gonna get it right for your private video. Thank you, Golda Latham's, Gershon, Miriam, and Isaac Mendoza. We love you always. We can't wait to see you here. In honor of Hamid and Hannah, I'm not gonna say your last name, Hamid and Hannah G and family. We love you. We know where you are in the middle of a Middle Eastern country, and we're proud of you. And to think that your name came up while Yahya happens to be planting is nothing random. That I promise you. This is in honor of Ira Rubel, a man who I knew almost all my life. Morty and Dorothy Goodman, Harold and Sylvia Rubel, in honor of the Powley family of Timmins, Ontario, Canada. In honor of Weaver's Thread Ministry, Basia Lorkis in Muttle, Portnoy. Guys, I'm moving on to the next page. Yahya is almost done with this tree. In eternal loving memory of your grandparents, Ina, Leonid, and your uncle Zahar, in memory of Larissa. Rest in peace. In honor of the Barkan family. Look, you can see your trees in the ground. Again, you have to realize, guys, this field right across from me, right here, is farmed by a murderer of an IDF soldier who was released in the Gilad Shalit deal, and he is financed to the tune of $100,000 a year by the PLO. That's where their money's going. So that piece of garbage can take over the land that was meant for you and your family, that was meant for Yahya and his family. Definitely not for murderers of IDF soldiers. And all that separates us is this fence. Now, look, we have children here planting. Where are you? You know where you are? You're exactly where you should be right now, watching this happen live and taking part in it, because Zionism is action. In honor of the Barkan family, thank you, Edward Warmo. Thank you, sir. Dedicated to Brian, Jennifer, and Mackenzie, in memory of our fathers, Alan Brown and Paul Sass. In honor of our children, Kayla, Avraham, and Ronnie Yakubovich, Daniela Brown, and Noah Tepper, and Zach Brown. Dedicated to Renee and Helen Tetrault and David Iftadi. In honor of Evelyn Bacchus, in memory of Jack and Vivian Greenberg. In honor of your sons, Josiah and Noah. According to Lance, I love it, for the kingdom to grow. Thank you, Laura Floyd. Thank you, Laurel, dedicated to your son, Paul Thorell. And again, all of you who have donated more than one tree, you will see a private video over the course of the week as we plant the rest. Now, let me move on to some more incredible humans. Hello. How are you?
Good.
What are you doing here today?
Planting trees.
Are you planting trees in Eretz Yisrael, in your homeland?
Yeah.
And do you love Eretz Yisrael?
Yeah.
And for everybody out there, can you tell them in English what Eretz Yisrael is? Is it the land of Israel? And do you live right across the street? Here, let me show everybody. There's your daddy planting. And you live right across the street where? In Efrat, right? And guys, so y'all know, this is the future of our land, right here. And they live in the same exact spot that Jacob, our patriarch, walked to bury his wife Rachel. And now they're here to redeem the land in your name and honor. So sweetheart, as you're digging, I'm gonna read, okay? So you dig and I read. You ready? This is dedicated to Chaya Brindle. This is in honor of your children, Wyatt Webdell and Gracie Webdell. This is in honor of the Webdells, Larry Sr., Claudia, Connie, Lisa, Larry Jr., and Julie. This is dedicated to your parents, Thomas and Ruth Collins, Thomas and Helen Schultz. This is dedicated to Gersh Weinstein. This is dedicated to Alexander Ekdishman. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Hello, sweet angels. Are y'all gonna plant a tree? Wonderful. I just fell. Thankfully, I wasn't on that side of the video. And hey, it's okay. Are you gonna plant a tree for Daddy?
You're a mommy pig.
A mommy pig? A mommy pig. Y'all have to understand. He loves Peppa Pig. So a mommy pig. All right, so we're placing rocks on our heads, but while we're doing that, we're gonna plant this. So Rachel and everybody, are all ready? All right, this is in a special shout out, okay? Very special, because the t-shirts we're all wearing, this is the lineage of those t-shirts. You understand that? This is the person who created those t-shirts. And this is in memory of Lisa's grandparents, Daniel and Florence Baker, who raised Lisa to support and love Israel. And in honor of your family, in honor of the Zucker family, who are beginning a beautiful new life in Israel as they just made Aliyah, in honor of all the IDF warriors and security teams who sacrifice so much. And thank you, they say, including me, which is very lovely. Thank you. Now, the Van Rogers family, Michael Stifler family, Bart Walker family, Harold family, and the family brokering business. They said this $250 they planted for their trees is the first profitable transaction of their new business that it received. What a beautiful way to dedicate the first transaction for their business. Dedicate it on behalf of unity, godliness, and growth in Israel. Thank you. Now, this is for Lisa, in memory of your dad, Jack, in honor of your daughter, Natasha, and family, Terry, William, Savannah, Samantha, Tyler, Sean, Olivia, D'Artagnan, and your mom, Janet, and your brother, Eddie. And Mark Kogan, in honor of your Aliyah plans. Now, guys, I'm going to move on to another very, very special person. We only have one more set of names to read. But I want you just, you know me, I don't take a break, I don't breathe. But just look at that beauty. It's my pleasure, Lisa. Thank you for all you do on behalf of Unity Warriors. Your support is nonstop, and I don't think I could do what I do without you. Now I'm gonna take a little sip of water while you look at that gorgeous sunshine. And now I'm gonna introduce you to a brother of mine who's right here. Together with a friend, both of them came down from the Gaza border. And not all, everybody likes their names being used. So the brother in front of the camera is the gentleman who I have been working closely with for how long, Gil? I'm gonna say your name anyways because it's the name of your store, Refuah. 7 years, almost? Guys, since the 3 boys were kidnapped from right around the corner of where we are right now, Eyal, Gilad, and Naftali, may their blood be avenged and may their memories be a blessing to all of us. Gil and I have been working together to help thousands of soldiers, and Gil lives right there on the Gaza border together with Nativ. I can use your name, right? I'd use it anyways. And what's really cool is this gentleman right here has the most incredible plot that we are clearing as we speak that is on the Gerar River, which is where Abraham first set foot in the land of Israel. And we're gonna plant some trees there sometimes this year. Stay tuned. It only gets better from here. Oh, look who's here. We have an amazing group of people. Can I introduce you or no? This gentleman right here, his name is Nissan, him and his beautiful wife, Marietta. They've been helping us with our soldiers directly. And I know you've had the opportunity to put vests on, and helmets on soldiers. What's it like for you?
It's like giving a bracha, a live bracha that's going to save somebody's life.
Thank you guys so very much for doing it, because you know where those guys are right now, and they can't be any happier for the gear you've given them. God bless you guys. Thank you. Let's grab a tree, let's plant.
Okay, I'm with you.
And we have here the Zuckers, who I'm gonna introduce real quickly. They just made Aliyah, and as you can see from her beautiful t-shirt, they are proud lone soldier mom. Their son is right now serving in the IDF. And I want you all just to say, I want you to tell them what it's like. You just got off a plane basically, 2 weeks in Bidud, and now you're out.
2 weeks in Bidud, bought a car, bought a fridge today. We have an apartment unfurnished and lockdown coming in 4 days. We're out of our minds, man. But we wouldn't miss this for the world.
We love you, and I'm so happy you're here. And let's grab a tree and let's plant. Zionism is action. So glad to see you, brother. All right, I'm gonna move on. אתה בסדר? יש לך שנייה? All right, guys, here we go. The last list of names. I want to introduce some very important people. This is Hunter, and thank God, Lisa, you know this quite well, but for almost a year I was solely responsible. Unity Warriors was responsible for taking care of all of Hunter's needs. All of his vet bills, all of his food, everything, because this gentleman right here is an absolute warrior, and he deserves all of our support. He lives in a community, and he's responsible for the security of the community that is constantly under threat from terrorists, and many times it's just him and Hunter who are out there. And I think as of today, they've stopped at least 6 terrorists from infiltration. So I just wanted to introduce this gentleman. I'm not going to use his name or the community that he's a part of, but he's just going to say in a few words how he knows us and how we've helped each other. אתה יכול לדבר בעברית ואני אתרגם. כאילו איך אנחנו מכיר אחד בשני.
אוקיי.
אתה יכול להוריד את זה אם בא לך.
אני מכיר את בן כבר כמה שנים טובות. בן עוזר לי פה בציוד ובצרכים החיוניים שצריכים לשמור פה על...
So he's saying that I've known Ben for quite some time. Ben helps, I help him, Unity Warriors helps him with the gear that he needs in order to make his job more efficient and effective. He says, thankfully to me and to all of the Unity Warriors who give every month, we receive the the equipment and gear that we need in order to protect the civilians and citizens, the Israelis who live in Judea and Samaria.
וברוך השם אנחנו ככה צריכים לשמור, ואנחנו בעזרת השם נצליח לשמור, ואנחנו נמשיך לעשות את העבודה שלנו כמה שצריך, כמה שאפשר.
And thank God we will continue to do our work to the best of our ability. And let me tell you, this gentleman and this dog, they risk their lives every day for the sake of your future. This is why we take care of them without any hesitations or questions. And and you can see this is a serious group of people. I just wanted to say thank you to you for coming. I know you have work to do, so he has to go take care of, there's a fire, and he has to go take care of it. We love you and we respect you, and we're going to continue to take care of you and you. God bless you both. God bless you both. And now I'm going to move on over. I got to get my gimbal going. We're going to move over here, and I'm going to read the last batch of names. I'm not going to keep you guys forever, but I think this is a gorgeous event. And if you compare this to other events going on at the same time, this is real Zionism, guys. This is Zionism in action. You can't get any more clear than this. Now we have Sean Binyamin and his beautiful daughters that are here. Hello, girls. I love your dress, by the way. It's beautiful flowers. Are y'all going to help us dig now? Okay, and we're going to plant this tree. Now, Sean and his wife, Mikey. Where's Mikey? Mikey, come. Please, I'd love for you to be here. You can see Mikey has the most important thing on her back, which is the future of Israel.
That's an Eshet Chayil.
This is an Eshet Chayil. This is a warrior for Israel. And as you can see, if she can step up with a baby on her back out here to plant trees, you can too. It's really beautiful. And I would just wanted to introduce Sean and Mikey and their magnificent family. They are my right hand. I could not move forward without them, and they have quite literally been the recipe to our success in spreading the word of Israel throughout the world. So God bless you guys. And you just made Aliyah, didn't you? Yeah. How long?
1 year.
1 year. How's it been?
It's amazing. I mean, look at the kids, you know, they're blossoming still.
It's beautiful.
We're calling in everyone, our friends, family, like, it's time to come home.
It's time to come home.
I mean, I want your kids to grow up proud, strong Jews. Look at this, you know, getting their hands dirty in the land. This is what you live for.
Who loves Israel? Raise your hand. Me. Who loves Israel? Say me. Me. Can you scream Am Yisrael Chai? I know you can scream, but can you scream Am Yisrael Chai? Ready? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Am Yisrael Chai. How good does that feel to scream it? Good? All right, now while you plant that tree, I'm going to read some names. So, this is in honor, Melissa, of your kids, Max and Chloe. And remember, everybody's getting a private video this week with all of your trees planted with a map. Mark exactly where these trees are located. This is dedicated to your parents, Menachem. Thank you for giving, he says, thank you for giving me the chance to live here. I'm humbled at the opportunity to plant trees in our Jewish homeland. These trees, much like the Jewish nation, shall prosper forever. Menachem Margulis, what a beautiful message. Michael Weingart, God bless you and your family. You know what the blessings are. God bless you all with advancement and focus. Dedicated to Elia Moshe and Miriam Houston, Nancy Allard, to all Christians so that they may come to know and cherish their Jewish roots. Naomi Bodek and your family, God bless you for your constant support. Olga Schneidman, thank you for your support. For all of your grandparents and Nathan's father, Avram of blessed memory. Penny Allen, dedicated to your friend Skip and to your daughter Sarah, and to you, Penny, a lover and a fighter for Israel and Judea. Rebecca Atterbury, in memory of your late husband, David Atterbury, may his name always be a blessing. In honor of Shane and Lily Rose. In honor of Adam Shalom Ben Tikva Sagiv. From Jerry and Ruth and East Midlands Group, UK, we love you guys. In honor of Kerfield, Leonid, Sabina, Eric, Ryan, and Skylar. In memory of Tzvi ben Shalom HaKohen. No, I'm sorry. In memory of Tzvi ben Shlomo HaKohen. We're almost done, guys. To my family who died in the diaspora. This is Scott Greb. Scotty, to your family who died in the diaspora. For yourself, who will make Aliyah, and for your children, and grandchildren who will follow and return home in honor of Darby and Josiah Collier, so that their prayers for life shall be rooted in the blessed soil of Israel. In honor of Randy and Devorah Singleton, thank you, Shelley Jones. Thank you, Siukye. In memory of Ken and Polly, in honor of your warrior, Tammy, Dov Ber Cohen, a warrior of Israel. God should protect him always. In memory of David Ben Asher, Angel, Zichrono Livrocha. And of course, in honor of the magnificent Crystal Birchfield and the entire Birchfield family, you should continue to inspire so many around the world with your godliness and your path of light. And in memory of Petro Tati, in honor of Linda, Clive, Shkedi, and your kiddos. In honor of Yaakov and Zahava Goldberg. And as you see the future nation of Israel, look at him planting. Check this out. He's got barbed wire right across the way. Now, as he's planting, I want to tell you guys a little secret. This is the beginning. This land in front of you, y'all wait, 6 months from now, we open up this land with our redemption. God is going to open up the land between a terrorist murderer and others who are stealing the land of Israel. And we're going to be having a project here like you've never seen. But first we have to plant our roots in the ground. Right here, right now. Go for it. There's no rush. You take your time, brother. You're planting something, and I promise you, one day you and your sisters, y'all will be renting apartments on this field, because you're going to take this over. You've already come into the land on the wings of eagles, and now all you're doing is possessing it. And you might be too young to understand it all right now. But one day you'll look back at this video and you'll realize what you've done today has redeemed 1 square meter of this land. And for that, you will see eternal grace without any question. Because God promises us that when we redeem his land, when we come in and possess this land, which is the land that was given to our nation for eternity, we will only see blessings. So now, bear with me, I've got one more thing to do. This is a very important event, and I have to honor somebody. As a matter of fact, we all do. Can I ask everybody to stop what you're doing and go to the Unity Warriors flag? We have to do a special honor right now for somebody very important. And Claudia Goman, if you're watching right now, I need you to pay special attention. Look, this wasn't here 5 minutes ago. This wasn't here. But because of you, it is. You understand? This wasn't here 5 minutes ago. All of these trees were not here. But because of you, these amazing Zionists and lovers of Israel are out planting in your honor. And I couldn't be any prouder right now. Talk about Zionism in action. All right, we're going to be closing out in just a minute. I'm going to place this camera right here so everybody can be a part of it. And I'm going to place it in this direction so we can see the sunset. That's perfect. Tov, can everybody come behind me over here? Kulam po. Yeah, trying to organize Israelis is like herding cats. There's free hummus over here. I'll get them. All right. Come, everybody. I'd love if you were here. Really, everybody. It's beautiful to have this crowd. Come, everybody. Come, angels. Perfect. Hold on. This is extremely important, okay? And let me just check the scene, because I have to make sure that everybody's in play here. Perfect. Now we're all good. Okay. So, there's beyond all the special and amazing people who are here, and beyond all of you Unity Warriors who have stepped up to make this day of redemption, and of course, it's going to be a week long of redemption, possible. And this is the real deal. You have to understand, once trees go into this land, it's illegal to uproot them. You understand? This is permanent now. What you've planted will now take root from the very water source that flows beneath us that feeds the temples. I'm not just throwing that out there. It's located right here. You're on the same land that King David walked and King Solomon, his son, was his playground. And this is the continuation of what we've hoped for and prayed for forever. Now, I have a very important piece of art. And to many people, of course, my Jewish friends out there and a lot of my Christian friends, you'll know this is a mezuzah. But this isn't any mezuzah, okay? A mezuzah sits on our doorposts, and it dates way back to the age when we were leaving Egypt and we put blood on our doorposts, so God passed over our homes and only struck the Egyptians who were torturing us for so many years. And since then, we've placed the mezuzah on our doorpost, and we've placed the prayer for the Shema Yisrael, the holiest and most well-known of all prayers throughout Judaism. And today, Claudia Goldman, who couldn't be a better recipient of this mezuzah, but why is it important? Because it was created by the artist Yaron Bob. And Yaron Bob, at Rockets into Roses, check it out. He took, it's unbelievable to even imagine, he took an Iron Dome rocket that literally took out a Qassam that was coming to kill our people and destroy our land. It exploded in midair and it fell to the earth. And he collects it and he turned that Iron Dome into this piece of Judaica and art that's going to be on Claudia's doorpost from now on. And I'm going to be putting the ancient scroll, handwritten by a Jewish Torah scribe, letter for letter, word for word, just like all of these Jews have on their doorpost. And Claudia, because you are like the Iron Dome for Israel. And I will say it, V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavcha, u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol me'odecha. And you will love the Lord your God with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your resources. And without any question, you exemplify someone who puts their entire heart, soul, and resources into not only loving Israel with every fiber of your being, and it puts most Jews to shame. And you're not even Jewish. You put billboards throughout America praising Israel. And for that, you're going to receive this Iron Dome that protected our people just like you protect our people every day, even at the risk of your own health. And for that, we all owe you a tremendous debt of gratitude. We love you all. I want to say God bless you to each and every one of you. And we're going to end this off, Yitzchak, if we can, if you can all pay attention. We're going to try to blow the shofar because Rosh Hashanah is this week, and we're going to end this off right. So I'm going to have a very, very, very close friend of mine, a brother who's responsible for security, to try to blow that shofar. We'll give him a couple tries. And we're all going to say it out loud. You ready, guys? Hold on. L'shana haba b'Yerushalayim habina. You ready? 1, 2, 3. L'shana haba b'Yerushalayim habnuya. Do it again. Beautiful. Eze totach. Guys, we love you. The Shana Haba B'Yerushalayim Habniyah. What does that mean? It means that every Jew that goes to the synagogue or doesn't, you can open up your siddur, your prayer book, and you can just shout out, next year in Jerusalem. But not just any Jerusalem, the rebuilt Jerusalem. The Jerusalem that these children are going to take over as their own. God bless you all from Israel. Thank you for supporting Unity Warriors. And we still have some trees left. And if you want to donate, please click on the link, rootsofredemption.org. And just wait, because this is going to grow into something so huge that you all will be responsible for truly taking over hundreds and hundreds of meters of land in Israel. Much love from this beautiful land. Thank you guys for coming.